I wanted to be recognized as a god, and the people accepted that. I was filled with joy, because the life born on this planet accepted me. But with the dragon descent, everything changed.
The legendary dragon descent?
King Meridia started an uprising accusing me of being a false god. He made the Skywalks crash to Earth in an attempt to kill me. As a result, the world was polluted with Hozone, and the common race was born.
King Meridia was our country's first emperor, right?
Why would someone start a revolt against me? When all I had done was select better laws to help guide the people. Perhaps my own existence was my downfall. That is when I realized that I was unable to choose the best laws.
Is that the reason you went to sleep?
Yes. I became unable to trust my own decisions. I relied on the Meridian bloodline, as they were the ones who fought against me. If they tried to kill me, maybe they'd select a law with their own logic. I guess the results were inevitable.
If you would just accept Lark's law, then we wouldn't have to go through this.
No, the future you seek has no place for any gods.
Ah. Now I understand. We never really had any choice but to kill you. Even if you had accepted my law, we'd still be right where we are now.
Yes. The Eesa System was already crumbling, since the moment I began to question myself. I had always realized it, but I just pretended like I hadn't. I was afraid that I would cease to exist if I did. My core is going to be destroyed. I understand your wish, Lark. My core will be gone, but my body will grant you the power you need. Now, go to the Hall of Eesa, the heart of all the Holy Land of Noir. This is the right choice. Isn't it, Alul?
If you did not recruit a lull, she could have used a lull against you, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But yep. Goodbye, Luz. You were never a bad person.
Thank you. All of you. I mean it.
Okay, what is it now?
Listen. Without Eesa's core, we won't be able to neutralize the Hozone.
What do you mean? Sonia said we could, though.
We need something in its place. Someone with the Eesa factor has to stay here and act as the core.
What are you saying, stay and act as a core?
I'm saying that now I have to say goodbye.
So that's it, huh? That's what Sonia had to tell you in private. Why didn't you tell us? I thought we were your friends!
Lark, you can't do this.
Oh, come on now. There's no need to be like that. It's not like I'm gonna die. I'll just be sleeping, like the divine race. And besides, I could sure use the rest.
But that means you'll never see any of us ever again.
Alf, take care of the Empire, will ya? Remember, my mom lives there.
Lark. I understand. I promise it'll be in good shape when you wake up.
And I'll change the Republic for the better. With Shelley, of course. Check that out too when you wake up.
I'll probably just be buried in the annals of history. But if you don't see anything written about me, I guess I lived a peaceful life.
I think I'll go back to sleep when this is over. Then you can see that I'll grow into a beautiful hero!
I think I'll live out my life in this generation. And besides, you don't need me to protect you at all anymore.
Rifia, I'm sorry.
Lark.
I'll wait for you, Lark. I'll be waiting for you in the future.
And that is Arkwright's Fantasia. Definitely quite a bit of an open-ended ending, and there's good reason for that. Originally, this was planned to be the first of a trilogy. Downside is, of course, Image Epic did go bankrupt and was unable to complete it, so ultimately this is what we got. In the end, it's one of those games that gets more hate than it deserves. It's sure the difficulty is high up there, the English voice acting is hit or miss, but in the end, when playing through this, I really felt like I was playing something unique. Of course, I did describe it as Luminous Arc meets Tales of Symphonia. However, that's not a bad thing. This is one of those that I got it when it first released, and didn't play for a couple years, and in the end, thought, when I did play through it, why didn't I play through this sooner? It's just one of those that's, I'll call it, you can use the cliche settings of Diamond in the Rough, hidden gem, but ultimately that's what this is. This is a hidden gem on the Wii that was really starving for a lot of unique RPGs. So all in all, definitely one I highly recommend if you don't mind putting in the time. As I said, I had to do a lot of off-camera work, but a lot of that was pretty much optional. You don't have to unlock all the weapons, you don't have to do all the grinding sessions I did. This game can be beaten below level 60 with the right setup. And maybe a little luck, but that's just the way it goes. This kind of harkens back to RPGs of the late 80s, early 90s, where, yeah, grinding needs to be done. You do have to approach it tactfully. But in the end, it's quite worth it. It's definitely one of those where it's kind of hard to hate anybody. The only one who's really meant to be hated is, of course, the main, can only be really called the main villain is Ignacy. Everyone else, they are people. They're not just characters. Wonderful development. You really feel something when even your enemies die. Like I said, that scene in Lacar's Skywalk when Alf kills Ignacy and takes him home to cry for Adele is the most humanizing moment. Best cutscene in the game. And also, like I said, even Nico gets his moment at the very end, even though I made fun of him for the whole game. And this is definitely a stock definition of a journey. This is a Hell, it's a 60-hour game, and you don't recognize anyone from the beginning when you see them again at the end. And sure, it's got its downsides, like I said. But again, they're easier to overlook. If you don't like the English voice acting, you can get an undubbed version of this. There are plenty of walkthroughs online, and of course, I do want to thank Piper or Starfire or Gilmore, who wrote the walkthrough that I referenced very, very heavily on GameFAQs, and of course, Corrance on Discord for giving me a lot of tips and information, and even wondering what the heck I was doing with some of my strats. But in the end, they worked out. As for the game itself, once again, highly recommended if you want to try something slightly different. Throw yourself into a challenge. And of course, enjoy the good things about it. Like I said, this is a beautiful looking game, excellent soundtrack, and it's just fun. Now, of course, this is a huge, huge relief off my shoulders, because I planned to do this LP 10 years ago, and I didn't really have the time or the recording set up for it. And so I just kind of put it off until I got my new computer, decided to go into it. And this was incredibly hard to do because the sessions were short. I needed to do a lot of off-camera stuff, sometimes more off-camera than on-camera. But I'm glad to have got it done. Now, as of recording this, I've not yet done post-game, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll have seen that. And I will refight the final boss with the post-game equipment in the bonus video that'll go up later today, when this is scheduled. So, I hope you all enjoyed it. And, once again, this is just another game that doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. Quite enjoyable and unique for what it is. And of course we get the montage of all the CG scenes. I love that little face that she makes when she raises her hand to her chin. That's the only time you can tell that she is kind of devious, but in the end, yeah, still not an evil final boss at all. And of course we're flashing back to things we've seen 10 seconds ago, so we must be getting near the end of the credits.
Hello? Lark, it's time to get up! Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Huh? We all left messages for you for when you wake up.
We didn't want you to feel lonely, you know? Pretty sweet wake-up call, don't you think?
According to Sonia's calculations, you'll probably be waking up 500 years from now.
Things are crazy since you've gone to sleep, but Alf's been working real hard. I think the Empire will be a much better place the next time you see it.
We're doing everything we can to support him.
Of course! I'll be going back to sleep myself in 5 years.
As long as there's hope, people can always move forward. We'll do our best to live on until the big day arrives.
You guys...
So don't worry. You won't be all alone when you finally do wake up.
Even if it isn't us, somebody that carries on our legacy will be there to greet you.
In 500 years, you'll be entrusted with the world.
We're almost out of time. See you around, Lark. You were the best friend I could have ever asked for.
Bye-bye! See you in the future!
Don't forget about me.
Farewell, Lark. I'll always be proud of the time I spent with you.
What about Rifia? Where's Rifia?
Talk about a violent wake-up call.
I can't believe she didn't even leave me a message. Did she forget about me?
I never forgot about you. Good morning, Lark.
Rifia.
Didn't I tell you? I said I'll be waiting.
I finally realized something. I'm so stupid. It took me 500 years, but I figured it out. Now, I'm never gonna let you go.
Oh, Lark.
So, Rifia, shall we? Let's go back to the world we fought to protect.
Thank you guys once again for watching. I'm Gunnar, I'm Dine. Call me Dine. I'll see you guys for the next project.
Sure. This is it. This is your story. It all begins here.